Welcome or welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. Today we're taking a look into what are their intentions. So whoever first popped into your mind, however this reading came across your screen, we're looking into what are their intentions. We have 3 piles here. We'll get some zodiac signs, some messages from them using the Hermit Tarot channel messages, and then also some messages out of what is the T deck, and then some oracle cards, some advice from Spirit. So we're using the Rosalarian Tarot. So we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So you can pause the video if you need a little more time to make your selection, but we'll just get right into it. In pile 1, we're looking into what are their intentions towards you at this time. Ooh, too many. So, wow. Okay. So we have the 7 of Pentacles and the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck here. So that's very much so looking like a positive individual. We have a K here, that could be confirmation for someone, but already off the bat, we're seeing someone who has their eye on long-term investments, someone who's willing to be very patient, someone who's more mature, more grounded, more stable, not going to let their emotions or their desires, their passions overwhelm them or get the best of them, not afraid to take things slow, take their time, invest in the long term. They have like a practical mindset, so they understand like the work you have to put into long-term investments. In regards to relationships, you have to be really focused and keep your eye on one thing and continue to work and persevere towards a singular goal. Stay really focused, be able to be patient and not get distracted or sidetracked by your desires, fleeting feelings and emotions, other things that come up along the way to kind of test you or tempt you. So yeah, this person's like an eye on the prize type of a person, or they're very grounded, very focused. They're willing to do what it takes, or it doesn't matter how long it takes. They'll wait or kind of do whatever to get what they really want or they really desire. They've kind of matured or come to a place in their life where they value things that take more effort, more work. They don't want something just like fast and easy. um, yeah, they don't want, even when with their job or their work, it's like they had to work really hard to get where they are. They didn't get where they are by like taking the quick money route, so they don't want to go that way in love. Something like that. Someone who's very grounded is really invested in themselves, so they understand how much they would have to invest in a relationship in order for it to be really serious, or they've been really patient and waited for the right thing before investing in it. So then once they like find that thing or find that person or that they feel like is in alignment with them, then they're going to be willing to put in a lot of work, do whatever it takes, be really patient. They're not going to give up easily. At that point, they could have went through like a major change at some point in the past. They were like forced to grow up, mature, be more accountable for themselves. So they've recently went through like a spiritual awakening. Even they're growing more. At one time, they could have been more unfair, just withholding. They didn't treat others the way they deserved. They didn't give to others the way they deserved. It was hard for them to make healthy choices. It's like they acted as if they didn't have, it's like they didn't know what to do. They stayed stuck for a long time. They didn't know how to make more positive choices, or they acted like there was nothing they could do to change their circumstance, but their family could have had a really heavy influence. It's like at one time they could have felt like their family was disappointed in them or something. They could be a really family oriented person. So eventually they had to come out of this like victim mentality of the thinking there's nothing they could do to change their circumstances, and like switch up the way they were treating others. Like they were forced to look at their actions and make some sort of a change or some sort of a shift in how they were treating others. So now they're a lot more fair. They're more grounded, they're more practical. They've had to be really patient. So now they value like relationships more, or they may have been single for a while in order to like heal or mature or grow. Yeah, there's this energy where they waited a long time and they were like kind of looking for the right thing, or like waiting for the right thing after they had to make some sort of major change in regards to how they operated in their relationships. So then they could have noticed you and been really patient. Yeah, this could also be someone who's noticed you for a long time ago and has been really patient, or kind of waiting for you to grow to a certain place, or just waiting for the right timing or the right circumstance to be able to come forward and offer you something more grounded, practical, mature. Like they've really thought out um, how to do this. Yeah, there's something about being very, very patient here, waiting a long time. Ooh, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So if that's the energy that it's been in, if things have been moving really slow, things are definitely switching up here, right? Things are shifting. Things are going to start moving a lot more quickly in regards to the situation. We have Temperance and the Strength. So you or the other person could be ready for this at this point. You know how to balance your emotions, or you or the other person knows how to like temper your ego, if you will. So you're finally in a place emotionally where you can be open and receptive to this rather than getting triggered. Yeah, there could have needed to be like time in the situation for healing in order to be able to come together in a healthy way and not like trigger each other based off of anything from the past. There was like a need to let go of something from the past. So now they've gained strength or control over the past influences. It's also representing like how this person had to go through some sort of major change. It's like now they have a lot more control over their temper, their actions, the way they treat others. Yeah, they have a lot more strength in their temperament. We have the Nine of Cups. So, this person could want to give you a gift. Yeah, they could want to give you something. They could know that you have something that you really love, that you collect. And so they'll want to reach out. That's how they'll reach out and connect with you, is like giving you a gift that's, yeah, going to connect to something that you really care about, that's like only people that come into your life more intimately know about. So it's like a way to your heart. That, yeah, gift giving could be someone's love language here. It's either theirs or yours. With this curl, it's like some sort of gift causes something to come back around. Um, Also, you could have a feeling that the situation will make you really happy or kind of give you what you need to like complete your life in some way, or vice versa. The other person could feel that way. So that's why they want to give to you. They feel like you fit into their life or complete them in some way. Sometimes with the Nine of Cups, I'm also hearing this energy of like, I think your fear is that they just they're just giving you something in order to get close to you, to like access your heart so that you'll care about them and be like soft towards them. So, yeah, so they can have some sort of access to you. And then you'll be just like another, like, say all of these cups represent like people that they've been able to like lure in emotionally, then you would be just like, if you gave them your heart, you would be just like another person to complete like this, some sort of pattern from the past that they were caught up in. But it's like this person had to really let go of their past behaviors and go through some sort of major change or shift. It's like they were about to really mess up their life or like turn things upside down for themselves. So they had to really look at how they were treating others or how they were acting, and they really had to let go of certain things or walk away from certain behaviors, certain parts of how they were showing up in relationships. But it's like you can't shake this fear, because I keep kind of hearing that message come through, but it just doesn't seem like that's what's going on. But I couldn't like ignore it because I kind of heard it so many times. But I really don't feel like that's what's going on. So I feel like that's kind of your nagging fear, right? That's why you're like watching readings and asking like what's going on with this person, what's their intentions, because you're like, is this legit? Like, have they truly turned over a new leaf? Are they genuinely changed here, or is this going to turn my life upside down, flip my life upside down? And it is going to, but in a positive way. Um, So it's going to be a good thing. You're going to be really excited. Yeah, it's like just what you need. Like helps fill the gaps for each other emotionally. It's like the thing that you were looking for or hoping for. They have a way to like really touch your heart. Yeah, it's like you feel like they complete you, or they fit into your life in a way that no one else does. You guys could have a lot of similarities in terms of like how you show affection or how you show care for each other in relationships in general. You could each have kind of like a darker side to you, so you're both able to accept that part of each other and kind of like give love to those parts of each other, so you feel kind of fully seen. You feel as though you each fill those missing pieces. The other person kind of just like fits into each other's world really well. It's really easy to show like love and affection and care to each other. So there's all this like yes and positive, but sometimes with the Nine of Cups, there's like an independent energy. So it's like your fear is that if you give your heart away or you allow this person, if you get comfortable like allowing this person to shower you with gifts and love and like fit into your life in the way that you need, then they'll just like pull out and you'll end up being left like alone or having to do everything on your own. Yeah, like having to do all this work by yourself or something. Um, but I'm not seeing that here. What I'm seeing is like it's going to be a really healthy love. So there's like a healthy level of emotional independence to where, yeah, you're not emotionally dependent on each other in a negative way. But you then still fit into each other's lives or give each other what each other need or give each other that missing piece. So there's like this something really specific or integral, like bonding the connection together, but it's not in a negative, codependent way with the nine. It's like the nine is showing up in a really healthy way, but not in a way that's going to leave you totally by yourself. It's like you guys have both grown to a place where you can balance that. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. We'll get a little bit of clarity with that card, just since I feel like that's your biggest concern. So we have my Three of Wands on the bottom. Some keywords I wrote were dreams, travel, takeoff, manifestation. So it's like definitely getting what you want in regards to the situation. Very positive. And then the Eight of Cups in reverse and Page of Cups in the reverse. So keywords I wrote were don't walk away with the Eight of Cups, and then with the Page of Cups I wrote forgiveness is a keyword. So you're definitely scared if you let this person in, that then they'll end up like leaving you behind or leaving you like alone in some way if you allow yourself to become too dependent on them. Um, but it's like they're going to care about you too much. It's like if you do have arguments or things do come up, um, in a healthy relationship, they want to sit down and like work it out and talk it out and work towards forgiveness. It's like the other person doesn't want to push you away, or you're not always going to be going through those same type of dynamics that you could be used to in previous relationships. Um, but that could be really confusing and uncomfortable the first time you experience that in a relationship, and there's no like drama of someone breaking up with you or someone leaving or like this crazy stuff happening. It's like they just want to talk it out and communicate so you can work towards resolving the issue and then coming closer together, right? Not farther apart. Um, so that it could be different than what you've experienced in past relationships. So that's what causes you to really do like a double take and question here. Again, you could have been really patient and waited a long time to be able to have something like this, or the other person here also could have been really patient. We'll get some zodiac sign. Okay, so we have the sun, which came out earlier. We have Libra poking out, Pisces poking out, Neptune poking out. Yeah, the sun, Leo energy, that's on the bottom of the deck, so that makes sense. That came out again. The 10 of Earth, Mercury in Virgo. Earth and fire coming through. And the King of Fire, fire and fire. So Libra, Pisces, Leo, Uranus, Virgo, Earth and fire signs, and then fire signs as well. So all coming through. So I'm going to get some messages from them. What they say to you at this time. I am absolutely in love with you. I just want you all the time. I'm ready. You are wrong. So this is, I feel like, in regards to your fears with this, like how those fears kept coming through multiple times. They would say you are wrong in whatever, like however you're doubting them or the situation. They want you to know they have actually like changed based off their past actions. So yeah, as I was saying, like from their past actions, and I flip this over. So in the past, they definitely could have been like a player, someone who was like switching up on people. You feel like as soon as you give them their heart, then they're going to be like on to the next, like they were with others. Like this is the type of energy they've had for others, or they could have been like this towards you at one point. They could have like hurt you at one point and then like acted like they were the victim in order to avoid taking accountability. They could have really done some stuff in the past that did not reflect how much they really care about you. So that could definitely be where your hesitancies are coming. But it's like if you feel like they're still in this energy, they would say that you are wrong and that they are ready. With the 0, it's like the Fool. It's like being ready to start over, um, go from 0. With the 8, there's like this eternity, divine connection energy. Okay, we're going to take that card. Grassroots, unity. It's time to build alliances for better support for yourself or others you can assist. Let your passionate ideas ignite a movement to help others and the planet by creating a new earth that is supportive and loving. Nature seeker, simplicity. Your soul is longing for peace and connection to nature's elements. Don't overcomplicate your situation by reaching outside of yourself for answers. You will find clarity by spending time in nature to refocus your energy. Patience needed. Timing. Be mindful not to rush or push your agenda at this time. Trust in divine timing and less in instant gratification. Having patience allows everything to unfold as it should. The seeds have been planted, now let them grow. Decisions and fear. Control. Some decisions and choices that you've made are based in fear and not heart centered knowledge. Fear is your ego wanting control. Take a step back and make a responsive choice rather than a reactive one. You're able to see the truth with the best. You're able to see the truth with the best choice with the calm and centered manner. Oops. So that's also kind of definitely what's going on here. The temperance and the strength. Yeah, it's like be mindful not to get too caught up in your ego and let that deter slash control the way that you act in regards to the situation. So that's all I have for pile one, looking into what are their intentions towards you at this time. If you would like a more personal reading, you can use the link in my description. But I hope that you have a really great day. Pile two, we're taking a look into what are their intentions towards you at this time. Ooh, okay. So you have someone coming towards you to offer their cup emotionally. It's like a second chance, or it's someone who's coming back around again that you never had pictured or imagined would. just when you completely gave up on the situation. In the past, they could have been like a lover boy or lover girl, player type, um, someone that you could not trust, someone who treated you quite unfairly in the past, and they wanted you to just ignore it and continue to choose them or stay really down for them. At a certain point, you had to walk away from this situation and quite literally free yourself emotionally from what was going on here in order for there to be some sort of major change and justice brought into the situation. They were just really not fair to you here, not supportive. It's like their energy brought like chaos into your life. It was like affecting your family, affecting you, like affecting your sleep, affecting your ability to take care of yourself, draining you, stressing you. Um, they were just being very withholding, very unfair. They could have been giving more to others than they were to you, or going out all night, leaving you up at night. If they weren't, then it's like their energy was just bringing stress because they weren't contributing enough to keep things balanced and healthy. So it's like at a certain point, you had to literally like release the situation or let go here. Choose to remove yourself or walk away from this. It was like you had this vibe of freeing yourself from the situation, um, at a certain point. It was like you just could no longer deal with this. Um, yeah, they were really unfair and they just expected you to like stick around and put up with it. They could have been like cruel, hurtful with their words, just like mean at a certain point. And now the situation is coming back around. There's like a chance for redemption, a chance to reconnect with them. They could be, trying to reconnect with you, or you're just feeling them and sensing them. You can kind of intuitively sense that this is coming, or if it has, like you want to know what their true intentions are, if they're trustworthy, if they've changed, where they're at this time. So I was just about to say, we haven't picked up on a lot of energy that they've changed. I'm just getting a story of like there was this very painful situation, or they were very cruel to you, and so you had to liberate yourself, free yourself, walk away. You had to make a really tough choice, or it's like once you made that choice, they were really cruel to you. Like they weren't treating you the way that you deserve. They weren't giving you what you deserved in terms of the relationship. They weren't giving back to your life in a healthy way. They weren't being fair to you. And then once you chose to set boundaries and to remove yourself and walk away, then they got like cruel, um, really hurtful. Um, they thought if they like doubled down, then they could get you like back invested in them, without looking at what they're doing here, like behind the scenes, or what they're doing that's so hurtful. But it's like you chose to completely remove yourself, and that is what's creating this chance for things to come back around again. It's like they have their sights set on you and they're coming back, um, to like offer you their cup again, or to offer you some sort of emotional new beginning or opportunity. But even spirit, like it's like I don't know if they've changed. We're just not getting a lot of confirmation yet as far as if they're different, if they've changed, if so. We have the Magician in the reverse and the Emperor in the reverse, so that's positive energy. I guess sometimes the Magician can be a little bit negative or manipulative, kind of like a smoke and mirrors. um if it was upright, I would be getting this vibe of like they're still trying to deceive you or be manipulative, and then they're going to be really controlling. Like they're giving you one, they're kind of putting on a show, and then they're going to actually show up and be like way more cold, more of like the energy that they're giving you before that wasn't working for you. But since it's in the reverse, it's like they've come out of this energy of trying to trick people or deceive people. They've come out of this energy of being like overly cold. They no longer look at you as like something that they want to conquer or possess or like manipulate to keep around, because they see you as some sort of like conquest or some sort of prize. So before it was like they felt like they had to do absolutely anything to impress you, because yeah, they put you on a pedestal. They saw you as some sort of prize. So they felt like they had to always put their best foot forward, but this just came across really disingenuous or deceitful. And then it's like when this didn't work out for them, when you didn't fall for the show, or like you didn't see them in the way that they wanted you to see them, then they got like really mean and hurtful. um you saw like all the tricks up their sleeve is like very deceitful. And so now they've kind of realized, they do realize how they came across to you before. So we have the Nine of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So I feel like they do have a lot of regret for how they acted and how they treated you. I feel like they're staying up at night thinking about this here and regretting their choices and how they came across, and they're staying up all night thinking, how could I manifest a new opportunity, a new emotional beginning with this person. Like I was saying here with the Knight of Cups, how could I manifest a new opportunity in love? Like I already said twice, a new emotional beginning. But they could kind of, a part of them could hold back, or they have held back up to this point from coming forward to do this or to offer this, because they spent a lot of time like staying up regretting their actions, or they could have been like self-medicating in order to work through like their anxiety that they had, in order to kind of like move forward, because it's like they were putting themselves in an unhealthy mental state at one point. It's like there was some sort of divine timing in order to bring them to a place where they feel like they could offer you an emotional new beginning. They had to like really work on themselves and heal themselves. So taking accountability for their actions just could have created a lot of like mental anguish. They know they have to show up in a completely different way. Like they have to just be really vulnerable and authentic. So I feel like they don't quite know how to do this yet. And they're working on healing themselves in some way too. They recognize like some of their behaviors are not okay. So they kind of feel like they're a little bit sick, or yeah, they're not well in some ways. Like they just recognize some of their behaviors are toxic and hurtful, and this realization, it weighs on them very heavy and is creating a lot of anxiety. So there is a strong desire to come forward, right, and reconnect with you emotionally, but they're in a period of still like healing from what they've done from the past and figuring out the best way to come forward. Because with the Magician and the Emperor in reverse, again, it's like they recognize they're going to have to do this in a completely different way um, than they did before. They don't necessarily know how to come forward and be like authentic and genuine right at this moment in this time. Let's get some zodiac signs. Oh my goodness. So we have Uranus coming through. King of Air, so air and fire signs coming through. So that makes a lot of sense. Pluto coming through. Judgment. Virgo coming through. The Six of Air, Mercury and Aquarius. And the Page of Fire, fire and earth signs coming through. Get some messages from them. So they're definitely thinking about you in an intimate way. If you've been intimate with them before, they've got that on their brain. If not, they still do. Ace of Pentacles, so they want a new opportunity. They want to give you something as well. I want you to choose. I need more time. So that makes sense with this energy. They could feel like they need more time to heal themselves. And yeah, nah. So they need more time in order to be just like a little bit more mature, and they could recognize that, but they kind of go back and forth. I think, yeah, that's the perfect, yeah, nah. Back and forth, back and forth. What should I do? This or that? Yes, I should. No, I shouldn't. They're really healing from a lot of that, though. It's like a process they're going through. So we'll get some more oracle cards. Ooh, don't want to hear it. So they could have had this type of attitude in the past. If I hate nothing about you. Ooh, and bugaboo. So at some point in the past, you could have felt like you were literally just having to nag them in order to get them to see what they were doing or to want to better themselves, better the situation. So I feel like that's why you came to that place where you just had to walk away from the situation, because they were just completely closed off and not open to hearing you. It's like you kind of were forced into a position to where there was nothing else to do about the situation, but it's like you had to just check yourself because you were the only one that you could help or fix in the situation. Like the other person was just not open and receptive to seeing how much their actions were affecting you. So you were forced to just walk away from the situation. You could not get through to them. It's like no matter how much you tried to communicate with them, they were just taking it like you were just being petty, wanting to fight with them, being nagging. Like they just didn't take your feelings seriously. So you had to set a hard boundary, but it didn't come from a place of hating them or disliking them or not loving them anymore. It was more of just a place of it wasn't fair. And so you had to do what you had to do, but it was coming from a place of love and just from them not being open and receptive to you at that time. You didn't want to be like that nagging significant other. You didn't want to be that person, essentially. You were like, this isn't me. Like, this is pushing me into an energy that's not me. I'm not that controlling, nagging person. I'm not that person that's always like writing you. I'm not going to be like your mom or your dad, or you needed like a partner. So yeah, it's like spirit is confirming that you made the right choice and you set healthy boundaries here. It's like kind of because of the way that you chose to move that it's created an opening for potential for a new beginning without the previous dynamic. Yeah, spirit's just confirming you definitely did the right thing by setting boundaries for yourself here. Waves of attention, admiration. People notice you for the star that you are, whether through your work ethic or simply by being you. It's your turn, so bask in the waves of admiration and attention. You deserve it. Fences and flowers, boundaries. Create a protective environment that serves as a respectful space filled with positive energy, choosing only those that honor your clear boundaries to share your space physically and mentally as needed. So you definitely did this in the past, right? But Spirit is confirming to continue to honor those boundaries moving forward. Continue to make sure that you're only accepting really anyone in your life that is going to respect your boundaries, not just this person. Taking the leap, courage. You have to let go of something good to get something great. Taking the leap into the unknown can be scary, but you are being called to have faith in yourself and the universe. If you want to experience the next level of success, you cannot stay comfortable. Enjoy the journey. Intuition, wisdom, gifts. Honor your innate ability to see physically and trust your gut feelings. Trust your guidance in the vibrations you feel. When you truly step into your abilities, all of your senses rush in. Look into expanding your gifts by taking classes, journaling, meditating, and listening to your inner voice. Yeah, Spirit is congratulating you and confirming that you are very intuitive and wise, and you've led yourself well in this situation. And so continue to lean on that intuition you have to help navigate yourself moving forward. So that's all I have for pile 2, looking into what are their intentions towards you at this time. If you would like a more personal reading, you can use the link in my description. But I hope you have a great day. Pile 3, taking a look into what are their intentions towards you at this time. Ooh, so with this pile, you walked away from something here. You set a clear boundary and you chose to walk away from someone or something. We have a cue there, that could be confirmation. Okay, so you were getting a lot of recognition, you were very popular. It seemed like a really good opportunity here. Yeah, there was nothing about it that was like a red flag. It seemed like a good opportunity. It seemed like an opportunity for you to create something. This could be in terms of like a collaborative project, instead of like a romantic thing. It's someone that you were connected with or working with or collaborating with in some way. It seemed like a good opportunity. Like there was no red flags. It seemed like something where you could both come together and you were both going to get something good out of this. Like they were in the same place as you, like this was going to be beneficial to like your business or theirs. um there may have been something kind of weird in their past, but it's like they worked on it, or they seemed like they worked on themselves or like dug into themselves in order to fix that. They seem like they have some sort of like accountability, or they had like changed and been different, so there wasn't any reason to like have a red flag or to think things were going to go wrong. At first it was going really well. um you were able to create really well together. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like a really positive opportunity to collaborate or to create like really well together with another person. And if for a minute things were going really well, and it was working out, like whatever you guys were doing was very popular, was taking off really well, people were into it. um but then all of a sudden there was like a stall in progress, and you were no longer moving forward, or the situation was no longer moving forward. And so you had to set like a really firm boundary, or you're thinking of removing yourself from the situation in some way. um, there's like suddenly all at once something came up that seems like a red flag, and you're not sure if you need to kind of like cut them off and transform, or like change the way you're doing things, switch up, like work a little differently here. But it's confusing because it's like at one time this was going really well and gaining a lot of like positive attention, or you were getting exactly what you wanted out of this, or you were getting a lot of offers from like collaborating with these people or being in connection with this person. This other person could be really popular. So again, it's like even if they did make some sort of mistakes in the past, then it seemed like they took accountability for that and like walked away from whatever was like toxic or like not well. It's like they walked away from that and walked towards something more positive, or they reached out to like more positive and healthy things. So they seemed as though they were like healing themselves, working on themselves, taking accountability on their like spiritual path, like on their divine path. So it seemed like they were in alignment with you, and they were, really working on whatever had happened here. You could be in this energy of like, okay, well, we're all humans and we have a T here too. That could be confirmation. But we're all human. We all make mistakes. Like we all grow, but it's how you react and respond to it that counts, right? And so you saw the way they responded to their issues, or it seemed on the surface like they were doing a lot of work on themselves, or like they don't go with like the regular mundane, like they choose to like say no to things that are toxic for them, so they've cut out a lot of things and chosen like a more wholesome spiritual path. You understand like what it's like to have to make those tough choices, to like walk away from certain things that aren't good for you in order to change your life. So it's like you were willing to give this person a second chance, or you saw like the good in them. or you were understanding and empathetic because you could have like went through similar things and had to really work on yourself too. So it's like you didn't see whatever had happened in their past. It was like their distant past. You see how many cards that was like so far at the bottom of the deck. So in your mind, you were like, that's so long ago. You know what I mean? When this happened, like, why would it be a factor now? Like, once it happened, they took accountability and they walked away from whatever they were doing that was so toxic and hurtful, right? Like, they chose to overcome the situation for themselves, work on themselves, invest in themselves, heal. So to you, you were like, this is going to be really beneficial. We're both going to get something really positive out of this. It's going to go really well. You didn't have any reason to see why this would go badly or not work out for you. And again, at first, it was you were validated in the sense that whatever you were creating with this person, it was going really well. People were responding really well to it. People really liked it. Again, it's like you were getting a lot of offers from this. That was like the goal, was to like network and collaborate in some way in order to grow like your business or take things to the next level. So it got like more interest or more eyes on you. This person did help like elevate or boost you in some way. So, but also that could be part of like their tricks here, is like they give you some things or help you with some things to where then when they go behind your back and do like certain things that are hurtful, they're able to fall back on like, what do you mean, like I've done so much for you, I've given you so much, like helped I helped you get like new clients, or I helped you with your business or something. But then it's like they're underhandedly also stalling you from being able to progress at the same time. So it's like really confusing and then hard to call them out, because then they can, say the good things that they've done to help you move forward, to kind of like gaslight you out of believing that they're doing these underhanded things to like stall you and trip you up and like stall your progress at the same time. They could be like networking and helping you connect with people while at the same time like gossiping with those people in a negative way in order to kind of like control how much you're really able to move forward. And so it appears like they're giving you good opportunities, but it feels like they're underhandedly actually creating some sort of toxic dynamic that stops your potential or your progress. And so you're wondering if you're going to have to cut this person off or cut this person out. It's like you're getting to a place where you're like, I'm thinking maybe the good that's coming out of this is not outweighing the bad. Like you feel like maybe if you kind of branch out on your own and stop working with this person or connecting with this person, that you'll get like just as many offers on your own, or like you're realizing that a lot of this attention that you were getting is because of you and what you brought to the table. So you can still be really successful on your own. It's like you don't necessarily need this person in order to move forward and be successful. So you could really be asking yourself, like, should I like set a boundary? Should I call this person out? um yeah, I feel like you may have already decided to remove yourself or to walk away from this, and now you're just like watching a reading like this to kind of confirm how you've already felt or what you've already done. And then you're wondering, like, should I like call this person out and let them know that like I'm on to them, or I see through them, or they don't have any power over me in the situation anymore. Yeah, you've definitely removed yourself from the situation, and the current dynamic, however it exists, is changing very rapidly here. So, yeah, you're very protective. Like, this situation could have hurt you or impacted you in some way, or it was starting to. The reason that you've gotten, like, not necessarily paranoid, but in a space where you are quick to put your guard up here in order to protect yourself, is because you've grown and come really far. And so you don't want this situation to like hinder you, hurt your ability to give back to yourself or take care of yourself, or you also don't want it to harm like your image and the way that other people see you if you're associated with someone who has like shady intentions or shady practices. You just don't want any of this to come back on you and affect you. So that's why you're acting out of wanting to put your guard up and be kind of protective of yourself. It's like protective of your name and your reputation and what you've built, how far you've come. The way that other people see you and perceive you could be really important in regards to being successful in your work or something. So it's like you feel like you have to go out on your own or branch out off on your own in order to protect yourself, your image, what you've built up to this point. We have the world. So it's the end of a major cycle in regards to the situation. Things are coming full circle. If there's been some sort of a struggle here, it's like coming to a close. If you've struggled to know like what to do, you're coming out of that. If you've struggled to know like what degree to set boundaries, it's like going to become more clear to you moving forward. With the death and the world, this is like major release and stepping into a whole new cycle. So you have to let go of how things are in one space in order to grow into something new and different and more healthy. So we get some zodiac signs. So I feel like Spirit is confirming your intuition here that you should protect yourself from this person. It's like something needs to go or something needs to change in regards to the situation. It's ready. It's like you've already outgrown this or you've already learned this lesson. You don't need to continue to repeat it. You're ready to let go and start a new cycle on your own. Like you don't need this situation. You are strong enough to stand on your own. We have the Queen of Water, water signs. The King of Fire, fire signs. Water and fire signs. Saturn and Scorpio, 8 of water, so more water coming through. And the 6 of water, Sun and Scorpio, so a lot of Scorpio energy. Yeah, this other person could be like harming you, but then whenever you try to walk away from the situation, they almost like gaslight you and convince you that you're the one self-sabotaging, when in reality you can just see through the fact that they're underhandedly harming you, stopping you, holding you back from progressing at the rate that you could. So let's get some messages here. That's kind of too many, Spirit. We have yeah, nah. So they're like, are you going to take accountability? Yeah, nah. That's kind of what I got from that. You have so many choices and options. So they're aware that like you don't need them. You don't need to collaborate with them. So that could be another reason why they play games with you, or they like gossip to others because they are underhandedly competing with you. So they're trying to sabotage some of those other choices and options. Like once they started collaborating with you, they may have realized like how popular you were going to become, or how they were just like introducing you to all these people and then you were just going to take those connections and run with it and like outgrow them. So there's like this jealousy came into the mix here. I never imagined so much perfection. Yeah, they didn't realize like how good you would be, how popular you would be, how well people would respond to you. It's like it didn't go the way that it did in their head or in a way that like validated their ego or their own self perception. So it's like they can't help but then like sabotaging your progress because they know that you could just kind of branch off on your own and be like more successful or equally successful without them. Now is not the time. So again, they would try to discourage you from going out on your own or getting something off on your own. Like they would just try and tell you that it's not the right time or it's not the right time for you, you're not ready. They would try and put doubt into you, fear-based ideology into you. Okay, I'm gonna get some more messages. Let's see, what is the tea here? Okay, instantly insecure coming through. So yes, they're very insecure. You've already known this. Like you could pick up on this. You could feel that this, yeah, with the new beginning and this in the reverse, they don't want you to be able to put yourself out there, get some sort of new start. They see like the potential that you have here to be really successful in some way, and that makes them feel incredibly insecure. It's like you're just built different, or there's something really different about your energy and the way that you draw people in, and again that like triggers their insecurities in a big way. But it's like you could already pick up on this or like sense this. You could get a lot of attention or just have a lot of people coming towards you, a lot more offers than you expected, like you said. And so you, as soon as this started happening or you started getting this attention, that's when they switched up on you. So it's like your intuition was like, I think this is a you problem and I should just remove myself from this because this doesn't seem cool. 11:11 on the clock just now, when I said that. Bridge the gap. Communication. Walking across a bridge is easier than treading through the water. Viewing both sides of a situation can create compassion and clarity. You are being asked to reach common ground to see both points of view. Nature of the mystic. Wisdom. You have the knowledge and ability to embody the mystical aspects of who you are. Take the enlightened path to instill leadership, teaching, and metaphysical qualities. Balance needed. Relationships. Make sure all of your relationships are equal in balance with giving and receiving. If they are out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificing and can't sustain itself. Therefore, it will create more obstacles to overcome. Know you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. Protection needed. Shield. It's vital at this time to protect your energy field as others may be projecting negative energy onto you. You also may be in an environment for which you are absorbing negative vibes that are draining you. Call in Archangel Michael for protection and to clear your energy field. Having a practice of grounding and putting a protective bubble around you every day will be helpful. I felt like reading the bottom of the deck, and then I also Abundance, security. Money is energy like anything else. You want it to flow and not feel trapped. Trusting that the universe will take care of you gives off the energy of abundance and expectancy in every dollar you receive. Know that you are supportive and that money will flow. I feel like I should read all these. You have the power to create and manifest what you desire. When you choose to push outside your comfort zone and have determination, your dreams become reality. Now is the time to take action and have a clear focus on what you want. The universe works with you to create it by using your manifesting power to the highest good. New doors are opening and new opportunities are here. You're shifting into a higher frequency by honoring yourself and your accomplishments. It's time for a fresh start and a clean slate. You're being asked to bring only your new self into this next chapter. So I feel like all of these are very fitting messages, especially the protection and balance. So that's all the bottom of the deck energy. Past life karma, cycles. This indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person, or situation. Look into ways to clear past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part in forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. So that's with the death in the world, major ending of one cycle, stepping into a new. So that's all I have for pile 3. Taking a look into what are their intentions towards you at this time. If you would like a more personal reading, then you can use the link in my description. If you watch this far into the reading, I really, really appreciate it, and I hope that you have a great day.